Syrah stood in the middle of the giant alien spaceport, shaking like a leaf in a storm. Lights flashed above her, strange ships landed and lifted, and thousands of aliens moved past her without looking. She held her arms close to her chest, trying to control her breathing. The mark on her arm, a glowing red circle, made everyone avoid her. Some stepped away quickly. Some whispered. Some stared with fear. She felt cold, even though her skin burned from the inside. Her vision blurred. She needed warmth. She needed touch. But on this planet, asking for any physical contact was a crime. Her species did not believe in touch. It was seen as something dangerous. Something shameful. Something forbidden. Yet she had no choice left. Syrah looked around with desperate eyes. She whispered to the crowd, but no one listened. No one ever listened. Then she saw him. A tall figure in a dark hood walking slowly through the crowd. His steps were calm, steady, different from everyone else. He didn't move like an alien. He didn't act like one. Something about him felt quiet, strong, hidden. Syrah stepped forward, her voice shaking. "Please," she whispered. "Just hug me. Please." The hooded figure stopped. He turned his head slightly toward her. For a moment, he didn't speak. He only watched her with a strange, unreadable calm. No shock. No anger. No fear. Just silence. Around them, aliens froze in confusion. Who asks for a hug? Why here? Why to him? Syrah swallowed hard and said again, "Please. I need it. Just a hug." He lowered his hood. His face was strange. Too smooth. Too symmetrical. Too human. But humans were gone from the galaxy. They were only stories now. Myths. A lost species. Syrah stared at him with surprise and fear. Before he could answer, a sudden alarm echoed across the spaceport. Red lights flashed. Security drones flew into the air. A robotic voice announced, "Unidentified energy signal detected. All units prepare for scan." The hooded man looked up for only a second, his jaw tightening. The alarms were not for Syrah. They were for him. He took one slow step toward her. The ground under her feet vibrated as heavy soldiers in metallic armor entered the spaceport. Their helmets scanned every creature, every shadow. They were searching for someone. And it wasn't hard to guess who. Syrah's breathing quickened. She looked at the man again. "They are coming," she whispered. "I know," he said softly. His voice was calm, deep, almost warm. It made her chest tighten in a strange way. She didn't know him, but she felt like he could break the world in half if he wanted. The soldiers moved closer. Syrah begged one last time. "Please, hug me. If I don't get warmth soon, I will collapse." The man's eyes softened for the first time. He stepped closer, but he didn't touch her. "Not yet." "Syrah," he said quietly. She froze. How did he know her name? "If I touch you, everything around us will change." "I don't care," she whispered. "I just don't want to die." Her legs shook. Her skin glowed faintly. Her body could not hold the heat anymore. She swayed forward, losing balance. The man caught her arm before she fell. Even that tiny touch sent a spark through the air. Instantly, every scanner in the spaceport went wild. Lights flickered. Robots jerked. Soldiers looked up sharply. "There!" one of them shouted. "Energy spike. Find the source." The man cursed under his breath. He grabbed Syrah's hand. "Come with me." He pulled her toward a narrow service tunnel hidden behind a maintenance gate. They slipped inside just as soldiers reached the area. In the dark tunnel, Syrah breathed heavily. Her skin glowed brighter. Her temperature rose too fast. She pressed her forehead against the wall, struggling to stay conscious. The man watched her carefully. Her species was known for logic and silence, but seeing her like this, fragile, desperate, was not normal. "What happened to you?" he asked. Syrah forced the words out. "My body needs warmth every few hours. Real warmth. But touching is illegal. They call it a sickness. But I didn't choose this. She shivered again. And why are they hunting you? He asked. Because I escaped, she whispered. A lab. They were studying me. My condition. My DNA. They want to lock me again. He clenched his jaw. Something old and dangerous stirred in his eyes. The tunnel shook. Distant explosions echoed. Soldiers were tearing the spaceport apart searching for them. Syrah's legs gave out. She collapsed on the floor, heat radiating from her skin. She looked up at him with weak eyes. Please, she whispered one last time. Hug me, or I will die. The man knelt. He hesitated only a second. Then he pulled her into his arms. The moment he touched her, a blue light burst around them. Warm, gentle, powerful. Her skin cooled. Her breath returned. Her glow faded to a soft shimmer. She looked up at him, astonished. What are you? He didn't answer. But now she knew one thing for sure. He was not alien. And he was not normal. Far away, soldiers detected the energy wave and shouted into their radios. Alert! The human is alive. Locate him now. The galaxy had just changed. And it started with one forbidden hug. The light from the hug faded slowly, leaving the tunnel dark again. Syrah rested against the man's chest, breathing with relief. For the first time in her life, the unbearable heat inside her body felt calm. Controlled. Safe. But the man did not look relieved. He looked troubled, almost angry with himself. He pulled away slightly and whispered, "We need to move. Right now." Syrah tried to stand, but her legs were weak. The man lifted her gently, supporting her with one arm. His movements were careful, but fast. She noticed something strange. His body felt warm too, but in a different way. Like controlled fire. Like a hidden sun. They moved deeper into the tunnel. Behind them, the sound of metal feet echoed. Soldiers were entering the narrow passage, scanning every wall, every corner. Syrah whispered, "Why did the scanners react to you? Humans don't exist anymore." He didn't answer. He kept walking, turning corners like he already knew the map. The tunnel became smaller, darker, colder. The smell of old machinery filled the air. Finally, he spoke. "My name is Oren." The name felt human. Old. Strong. Syrah whispered, "Are you really from Earth?" He paused for a moment. She felt the tension in his hand. Then he said quietly, "Earth died. But humans did not." Syrah's breath caught. She wanted to ask more, but before she could speak, a sharp beam of red light shot past them. It hit the wall with a loud crack. The soldiers had found them. Oren grabbed her hand tightly. "Move." They rushed forward as laser fire filled the tunnel. The narrow walls shook. Dust fell from above. Syrah stumbled, but Oren pulled her back up each time. He moved with impossible speed, like he had been trained for this his whole life. They reached a split in the tunnel. Oren chose the left path without thinking. For a moment, Syrah wondered how he knew where to go. The soldiers' voices echoed behind them. Sector 7 Tunnel Bridge. They're heading to the Undercity. Oren reacted instantly. He placed one hand on the tunnel wall. A faint blue spark moved through his fingers. Suddenly, a large metal door slid down from above, blocking the soldier's path. Syrah stared with wide eyes. Humans cannot do that. Humans are not what they used to be, Oren replied. His voice was calm, but his eyes showed worry. Whatever energy he was using, it was dangerous. And it was getting stronger. They continued forward until the tunnel opened into a massive underground chamber. Old lights flickered on the ceiling. Broken machines lay everywhere. Pipes hissed steam. It looked abandoned for decades. Syrah stepped away from Oren, trying to catch her breath. Her skin felt normal again, no burning, no glowing. But when she looked at Oren, she saw something else. His hands were shaking. He hid them quickly, but not fast enough. "What's happening to you?" Syrah asked softly. Oren stayed silent for a long moment. Then he said, "The energy that healed you, it reacts to living things. Stronger each time. The more I use it, the more the galaxy senses me." Syrah lowered her voice. "That's why the soldiers knew a human was alive." Oren nodded. "They've been searching for me for years. I am the last registered human. And the most valuable." Syrah felt a chill. Why valuable? Because human energy can stabilize alien DNA. Heal it. Change it. Control it. She stepped back slightly. Not in fear, but in shock. "What you felt in the hug," Oren whispered. "That is something the galaxy wants to use." Syrah swallowed hard. "And me? Why are they hunting me?" Oren looked into her eyes. His voice dropped. "Your DNA reacts perfectly to mine. They believe if they capture both of us, they can create something new." Syrah's heart pounded. "Something dangerous. Something unstoppable," Oren said. Before she could respond, a loud rumble shook the entire chamber. The soldiers had broken through the metal door. Oren grabbed her hand again. "We're not safe here. They will not stop until they take us." Syrah felt fear rising, but also something else. Trust. For some unknown reason, staying beside this strange human felt safer than the entire galaxy. Oren pointed toward a giant broken elevator shaft. "We go down." Syrah looked over the edge. It was deep. Too deep. "We will fall." "We won't," Oren said. "How do you know?" He didn't explain. He simply stepped forward, holding her close. Above them, soldiers shouted, "Target locked. Fire at will." Syrah wrapped her arms around him tightly, shaking. Oren whispered, "Hold on." And then he jumped. The world dropped away. Wind rushed past them. Syrah felt weightless. She buried her face in his chest, expecting death. But suddenly, everything slowed. Blue light formed around Oren again. The falling speed decreased. They floated gently through the dark shaft as lasers shot past them. Syrah gasped. "You can slow gravity." Oren's voice was quiet. "Heavy. I shouldn't be able to. Something is changing." Syrah looked into his eyes. "Is it because of me?" Oren didn't answer. But the truth was already clear. Something between them had awakened a power the galaxy had feared for centuries. And it was only the beginning. The blue light faded as Oren and Syrah landed softly at the bottom of the abandoned elevator shaft. Dust rose around them, and the air felt colder here, like even the ground feared what lived below. Syrah stepped back, breathing fast, her eyes wide with shock. She had never seen anything like what Oren just did. No alien tech, no machine, no science could slow gravity like that without heavy devices. But he did it with nothing, just himself. Oren looked at his hands, confused and disturbed. Blue sparks flickered between his fingers, disappearing quickly. Syrah asked quietly, "Does this hurt you?" He shook his head. "No. That is the problem. It feels natural. Too natural." Before she could question him further, a distant metallic echo shook through the shaft. Soldiers were still climbing down, using magnetic boots and drones. They were not giving up. Oren scanned the dark hallway ahead. "We go deeper. Soldiers won't follow too far. This place is older than their maps." Syrah followed close behind him. The hallway felt endless, full of broken screens, ancient machines, and quiet whispers of air moving through old pipes. Some machines hummed faintly like they were remembering a time when they were alive. Syrah spoke softly. "Oren, you said humans were different now. What did you mean?" Oren stopped walking. In the dim light, his shadow looked larger than he was, stretching on the wall like something not completely human. "After Earth fell," he said slowly, "the last humans changed. We adapted. Evolved. Our bodies created energy to survive the new worlds, energy that can heal, protect, destroy." Syrah listened, heart pounding. "But that power is unstable," Oren continued. It reacts to emotions, to touch, to life itself. Syrah lowered her voice. And to me. Oren met her eyes. Something heavy and unspoken passed between them. Yes, he said. To you most of all. Syrah's breath trembled. But, why me? He turned away, walking forward again. I don't know yet. But the galaxy fears the answer. They moved deeper into the Undercity. The lights above flickered. Strange symbols were carved on the walls. Some part of this place felt older than the entire planet. Suddenly, Syrah stopped. Oren, I feel something. She put her hand on the cold wall. It vibrated faintly. A pulse. A heartbeat. Oren stepped closer, sensing it too. This is not a normal lab, he whispered. He looked around more carefully. Broken containment pods. Burned wires. Shattered glass. Something powerful was kept here long ago. Something dangerous. Syrah felt another wave of heat rise inside her chest. Not the sick kind, something else. Something new. She backed away quickly. Oren, something is happening. He rushed to her side. Her skin glowed again, but not red this time. A soft purple light shimmered under her skin, slowly spreading. Her breath shook. This never happened before. Oren lifted her chin gently so she could look at him. It's reacting to my energy. We need to stay calm. But he didn't look calm. Not even close. Syrah's glow brightened, lighting the hallway. Oren felt the air shift around them, thickening like invisible hands pressing closer. And then, a loud voice echoed from the tunnel behind them. Do not move. Hands where we can see them. They turned slowly. 3 soldiers stood on the other side of the hall, armored from head to toe, weapons raised. Their visors glowed red as they scanned Oren's energy. One soldier shouted, "Human identified. Power levels rising. Prepare neutralizers." Oren stepped in front of Syrah, shielding her with his body. She grabbed his arm. "You cannot fight them. You will get hurt." But the soldiers didn't shoot. They hesitated. Their scanners flickered with static. Syrah's glow was interfering with their systems. Suddenly, one soldier whispered trembling words into his radio. "Control, something is wrong. The alien girl, her energy is syncing with the humans. We've never seen this pattern before." Oren tensed. Syrah held her breath. Another soldier lowered his weapon slightly. "Sir, if these readings are correct, they are forming a linked field. A living fusion." The commander behind them froze. "That is impossible. They would need perfect genetic resonance." The soldier replied quietly, "But they have it." Silence. Deep. Heavy. Dangerous. Then the commander gave the order that changed everything. "Do not kill them. Capture them alive. Both of them. They are the key." Oren's expression hardened. "We're not going anywhere with them." Syrah felt fear rise again, but this time something stronger pushed through her fear. Strength. Her glow brightened, filling the hall with purple light. One soldier stumbled back. "Her energy, it's rising too fast." Syrah's heart pounded. She didn't know what she was doing. She didn't even know if she could control it. Oren grabbed her hand tightly. And then something unbelievable happened. Their combined glow, blue and purple, merged into one brilliant light that filled the entire hallway. A shockwave exploded outward. Soldiers flew backward like leaves in a storm. Machines shattered. Walls cracked. The hall went silent. Oren and Syrah stood in the middle of the destruction, holding each other's hands, stunned. Oren whispered, voice rough, "We need to run. Whatever we are, they will hunt it." Syrah looked at the fallen soldiers, at the glowing light fading around their bodies, and whispered back, "Oren, I think we awakened something the galaxy tried to bury." He didn't deny it. Because deep inside, he felt it too. Something ancient. Something powerful. Something human. But more. And whatever it was, it had only just begun. The shockwave faded slowly, leaving dust floating in the broken hallway like quiet snow. The soldiers lay unconscious across the floor, sparks flickering from their cracked armor. Syrah stared at her own hands, still glowing faintly purple, unable to believe what she had just done. What was that?" she whispered. Oren didn't answer at first. He looked around the destroyed corridor, then at Syrah, then at their joined hands. His expression was a mix of fear, confusion, and something deeper, something he didn't want to admit. "That energy," he said softly, "was not mine alone." Syrah touched her chest, feeling her heartbeat racing. "I didn't try to do anything. It just happened." "That's what scares me," Oren replied, voice low. Before they could speak more, a deep mechanical hum rose from the ground beneath them. The old undercity walls vibrated as if waking from a long sleep. Syrah stepped backward. "Oren, something is coming." He nodded, his eyes narrowing. "This place is not just a lab. It is a vault." Lights on the ceiling flickered to life one by one, revealing symbols carved into the metal walls, symbols not alien, not machine. "Human," Syrah whispered. "This facility, humans built it." Oren walked closer to the carvings. Dust fell as he wiped his hand across the metal. The symbols glowed faintly at his touch. "Not just humans," Oren said. "Humans with energy like mine. Like ours." Syrah's heart skipped. "You mean, others like you existed?" His silence was the answer. But the room didn't stay silent. A deep, robotic voice echoed through the hidden chamber. "Identity match detected. Human signature confirmed. DNA compatibility. Perfect synchronization." Syrah froze. "It's talking about us." Oren backed up, pulling her with him. "This shouldn't be possible. These systems are thousands of years old." The voice continued.
"Reactivating Archive 0.
Opening secure memory records." A section of the wall slid open, revealing a massive circular room glowing with blue light. Inside were glass capsules, cracked and empty. Machines were broken, wires burnt. A civilization's last secret resting in ruins. Syrah whispered, "What happened here?" Oren stepped inside, then stopped suddenly. In the center of the room was a large round platform. Its surface was smooth and silver, like a mirror made of light. Strange markings circled the edges. Faint holograms flickered over it, images of planets, battles, cities, and humans glowing like Oren. Syrah asked, "What is this place?" Oren exhaled slowly. "A human sanctuary. A place where the last humans tried to understand our evolution. Our energy. Our purpose." Syrah looked at the broken capsules. What were they testing? Oren touched the glass. It vibrated under his palm. Resonance. Humans needed a match to control their energy. They searched for species whose DNA could balance ours. Syrah's breath shook. "My species." Oren nodded. They experimented with many alien races, but only one ever reacted perfectly. "Mine," she whispered. "Yours," he confirmed. Before the truth could sink deeper, a loud clanking sound echoed through the vault. Heavy footsteps. Not soldiers. Something larger. Syrah grabbed Oren's arm tightly. "What is that?" He pulled her behind a broken console. "Stay close." A giant robot stepped into the chamber. Its armor was ancient, rusted yet powerful. Its single red eye scanned the room. Security protocol awake. Human hybrid potential detected. Syrah covered her mouth with her hand. "Hybrid." Oren clenched his fists. "We are not a hybrid." The machine responded instantly. "Correction. Your combined energy matches hybrid parameters. Threat level, unmeasurable." Oren whispered, "It thinks we are a weapon." The robot raised its arm, aiming a glowing cannon directly at them. Syrah felt fear rising fast. "What do? We cannot fight that." Oren took a deep breath. "I don't want to fight it. I want to understand why this place sees us as the final key." But the robot did not wait. It fired. A massive blast of red energy shot through the room. Oren grabbed Syrah and rolled behind the central platform as the attack ripped through metal and shattered the floor behind them. Dust filled the air. Syrah coughed. "Oren, are you hurt?" "No," he said, but his voice sounded strained. He looked at her, eyes intense. "We need to run. But first, touch the platform." "What? Why?" "Trust me." She hesitated only a moment before placing her palm on the glowing surface. A rush of purple energy surged through her arm. Oren placed his hand beside hers. His blue energy merged with hers instantly. The platform lit up like a star. The robot froze. Warning. Human-alien resonance achieved.
HFY unlocking.
Syrah's entire body felt pulled, stretched, opened. A warm, powerful wave filled her mind. She saw visions she didn't understand, humans glowing with blue light, aliens glowing purple, and a war that destroyed entire galaxies. She gasped. "Oren, we are not the first." Oren nodded, breathing hard. "But maybe, we are the last hope." A second blast from the robot shook the room. Sparks flew everywhere. Oren grabbed Syrah's hand. "Whatever this power is, it wants us to survive. We need to escape before this machine destroys us." Syrah held his hand tightly. "I will follow you. Anywhere." For a moment, Oren looked at her with a softness she never expected. Then he whispered, "Then we run. Together." And they sprinted toward the collapsing exit as the ancient robot roared behind them. The galaxy had awakened. And so had they. Oren and Syrah ran through the collapsing vault as the giant robot's roar echoed behind them. Sparks rained from the ceiling. Metal cracked. The ancient floor shook with every blast fired in their direction. Syrah gasped, "This place is falling apart." "It was falling apart long before we arrived," Oren said, pulling her through a narrow passage. "But now it knows we exist. That changes everything." Syrah stumbled but kept running. The purple glow on her skin flickered like a heartbeat, reacting to Oren's nearness. She didn't understand the power, but she felt it growing, guiding her, protecting her. Behind them, the robot shouted in a deep mechanical voice. "You cannot escape. Hybrid energy must be contained." Syrah looked back as the massive machine smashed through a wall, pushing debris aside like dust. Its red eye burned brighter with each step. "Oren," she whispered, fear trembling in every word. "I see it," he said, turning sharply into another hallway. The tunnel sloped upward, leading toward a weak beam of pale light. A possible exit. A way out. Oren tightened his hold on her hand. "We are close." But the ground rumbled violently. A shockwave burst down the tunnel, throwing both of them against the wall. Syrah cried out as pain shot down her arm. Oren shielded her instantly. "Stay behind me." The robot appeared at the end of the tunnel, towering, unstoppable, glowing with rising energy. Target locked. Final capture protocol activated. The robot's cannon charged, humming with deadly power. Syrah's heartbeat raced. "We cannot outrun that." "I know," Oren whispered. He stood up slowly. Calm. Silent. Determined. He stepped in front of Syrah as if he were ready to take the full blast. "Oren," she cried, grabbing his arm. "No. You will die." But Oren didn't move. "If it fires at both of us, you might die too. I won't let that happen." Something inside Syrah snapped. A memory flashed in her mind, just a moment from the vault's awakening. A human and an alien standing side by side, their hands glowing together, destroying an army with nothing but their combined energy. Syrah whispered, "Oren, what if we don't run? What if we stand together?" He looked at her, breath caught in his chest. Then slowly, he nodded. They turned toward the robot, side by side. Syrah took Oren's hand again. The purple glow rushed up her arm. The blue glow surged from Oren's. The air vibrated. Heat rose between their palms. The tunnel walls shook as their energies blended, blue and purple swirling, forming a bright white core that pulsed like a newborn star. The robot's cannon reached full charge. Oren whispered, "Ready." Syrah whispered back, "Always." The robot fired. A massive beam of red energy filled the tunnel, and Oren and Syrah released their combined power at the same moment. A blinding explosion of white light erupted, swallowing everything. The tunnel shook like a dying creature. The ancient vault cracked open. The robot's scream echoed, metallic and terrified. The blast tore through metal, rock, and machinery like they were paper. For a long moment, there was only light. Nothing else. No sound. No movement. Just a burning brightness that felt alive. Then the light faded. The smoke cleared. The robot lay in pieces, its red eye shattered, its armor melted like wax. Syrah blinked through the dust. "Oren, are you?" But before she could finish, Oren collapsed to one knee, breathing heavily. His glow faded weakly. Syrah ran to him. "Oren, talk to me." "I'm fine," he whispered. But he wasn't. His body trembled. His skin flickered between human and something else. "I just wasn't prepared for that much energy." Syrah gripped his shoulders, fear tightening her chest. "Did I hurt you?" "No," he said softly. "You saved me." They held each other for a moment, breathing in the silence after the destruction. But the peace didn't last. A deep rumbling sound rose from above them. Not the robot. Not the collapsing vault. Something bigger. Syrah looked up, eyes widening. "Oren, what is that?" Oren stood slowly, staring upward. Dust fell from the ceiling in soft waves. A massive shadow moved behind the surface, something ancient, huge, sleeping beneath the planet for thousands of years. The voice that echoed next was not mechanical. Not human. Not alien. It was something far older. "The resonance has returned. The final guardian awakes." Syrah grabbed Oren's hand again, trembling. "We woke something else." Oren's expression darkened. Something the galaxy feared even more than humans. The ceiling cracked open. Light burst through. And before Oren could pull her away, something colossal moved in the dust above them. Syrah whispered only one word, barely audible. "Run." Oren whispered back, voice shaking for the first time. "Yes. Now." And the screen would fade, leaving the audience desperate for the next episode.